Hello guys, it's me Sanjay here. Welcome to Deep Learning Masterclass Day 3. I hope you all super excited for the session. If you all super excited for the session, you just post I'm super excited Sanjay in your live chat. So in this session, we are going to have a hands-on work on Perceptron. I hope you guys have already got a basic idea about what is the difference between data science and then data analytics and machine learning versus deep learning. And we have seen some of the other concepts too, like what is meant by natural language processing, what is meant by computer vision, and some of the libraries. And in the yesterday session, we have installed a Python and we have learned how to install or uninstall or install a library based on its version. So those kind of stuff we have learned already. So from today, we are going to begin a journey of learning deep learning. Not only basic theoretical learning, as well as you are going to work as like a hands-on. I hope you really love this. So up to now, I hope you guys all completely enjoyed the sessions. Okay, if you are happy, you just post. I'm super happy, Sanjay, in your live chat. So before that, I would like to welcome the people present here. Here we have Vaibhav Jain. Hi, good evening. Anitishri, hi. And Sanjeev, hi. Vaibhav, hi. And Gombam, hi. Deepak Kumar, hi. Shivam, hi. Kafi, hi. Ultra Music, hi. Shimul, hi. Karthik, hi. Ahmad Mohammed, hi. And Vinay, hi. And Samsuddin, hi. Good evening. And Vinny, hi. And Shaipur, hi. Will all 30 days video posted on YouTube? Yes, of course, definitely it will be posted. And Pravat Kumar, hi. Nick Fiction, hi. Piyush, hi. And Sairaj, hi. Sridharan, hi. And Isabam, hi. Roli Jaiswal, hi. Maruti, hi. Sepatul, hi. Hemandra Naidu, hi. And Sanjay Sandy, hi. And Shivam, hi. Aum Tanki, hi. And Harish, hi. The Sky Warrior, hi. Good evening. And Loknath, hi. And Muthu Durai, hi. Good evening. And Kiruba Babu, hi. Good evening. And Lalita, Lalit Shri, hi. And Sana Syed, hi. Avinash, hi. Good to meet you again. And Alamgir, hi. And Korada, hi. And Walter, hi. Rupam, hi. There are a lot of welcome notice. Thank you so much for doing this, guys. Loknath, hi. Balaji, hi. Nishan, hi. And Sandeep, hi. And Loknath, Rupam, Lovely, and Milind, and Priyanka, and KEC, Durga, and Abdul. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your warm welcome. I feel really happy. And Sai Asharadi, hi. And Sumit Kumar, hi, sir. Good to meet you again. And Mani Neemas, hi. And Sridhar, hi. Hi, hi, hi. Gautam Kumar, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for posting. I've read your message. Thank you so much. Gautam Kumar PR. Thanks a lot. And Devendra, hi sir. Good to meet you again. So, okay, guys, I hope you all super ready for the session. So, before that, same as like there is an announcement. So, attendance link will be available around 7:30 p.m. in the live chat or in the description box. So, once the session is completed, start filling up the attendance form. Until then, please don't rush up for the attendance form. Okay. So, Gunashekar, start the class, bro. Start early and end early. Definitely, because the first day and then second day, like it is really a huge topic which I really want to deliver it to you. Of course, each and every people who are present here, they want to get complete basic idea about AI, data science, deep learning, natural language processing, etc. So that's why I've taken 1.5 hours. I'm really sorry for that. But from today, I'll try to manage my timing, guys. So thank you so much, anyhow, for this notice. Okay, so let us go for the neurons and then perceptron. So before that, it's time for Q&A. If you are ready for Q&A here, you just post. I'm super ready, Sanjay, in your live chat. So I'm gonna ask some questions, like from the yesterday's and day before yesterday's session. It does not mean that you are going to give the right answer or wrong answer. If you are just tried it, if you are just posted any answer in this live chat, you are really superb and you are completely different from other people who are all thinking in their mind, shall I put a reply or shall I should I not? So likewise, okay. So I hope you all super ready for it. If you all super ready, you just post I'm super ready, Sanjay, in the live chat. Piyush Kumar faced some problem. Okay, Piyush, please hold down your question. Definitely today Q&A will be conducted. So on this Q&A, you just please raise your question. I'll help you to get rid of your problems. Okay, thank you so much, Meghna, Godwin, Paul, Prasad, Guram, and Prem Kumar, Atira, and Arun Raj, Nikit. A lot of people are posting Super Ready, Shavani, Shravari, and Sahana, Rajusha, Hitesh Kumar. Thank you so much. Okay, so you all ready, right? Yeah, okay. you just explain. So again, I'm asking the same question because you really want to get complete clarity about that concept. You just tell me what is the mathematical operations which is going behind that neural network flow. Okay, I hope you all know while talking about the neural network, it is going to have kind of layers which has been grouped as kind of like multiple layers. First layer which is known as the input layer and last layer which is known as output layer. The in between it may have a one or multiple layers that is known as the hidden layers. I hope you all know what is the purpose of each and every layer. Now you just tell me what is the mathematical operations which will be flown on towards like a neuron's output. Okay. Yes. Pratnesh haven't given the answer. Output is equal to input multiples of weight plus bias. So this is what we have learned, right? And Rupam Shah also given very wonderful answer like activation function. Yes. AF of input, product of input and then weight plus bias. That is the exact answer. Thank you so much, Rupam Saha, for giving that answer. And Das Sky Warrior and Shravani. And there are a lot of people are giving the answer. Ingol and Kumar Aryan and Jaishwal and Sagar and Priti. Wonderful, wonderful guys. Archie and Monisha. Yes. So you all super great, right? Thank you so much for posting that answer, guys. So now you just tell me what does mean by weights? Okay, so that's my question. What does mean by weights? That's my second question. You just post your answers in the live chat. What does mean by weights, and what is the what it is representing? Okay, what the weight is representing? That is what my second question is. You just give your answers in the live chat. Let us see who is going to give the answers. Okay, it may be good or it may be right or bad, right or wrong. You just give your answers, guys. Okay, so that will be really great. Value of synapse. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Rupam Shaka, you are giving answer second time. You are superb. Okay. Any other answers, guys? Any other answers about weights? Chinari Shabani, numerical values. Yes. Okay. So neural networks weight. Exactly. Shailendra. Yes. And any other answers, guys? Uh, Avi, weights is representing strength between neurons. Superb, superb, Avi Birla, for giving that answer. Value of synapse, numerical value, connecting one neuron to the another neuron, which is having a value. Yes. Yes, wonderful guys. Parameter within a neural network that transforms input data within the network serial layers. Okay. Strength of the connection between two neurons. Yes. Okay, you all got the certain term. It is nothing but a numerical value which is going to be optimized on the process of training to by comparing or by finding out the differentiation between the predicted output, which is the actual input. Okay, so that is what it is going to optimize the value. It is just nothing but a numerical value. So these are all the stuffs. I hope you all know about it. And you just tell me the third question, the third and final question. What is the purpose of, what is the one purpose which I have represented on yesterday? What is the first purpose of using biases? Okay, so we used to do the dot product of input and then weights, right? Additionally, we have added a bias, right? So you just tell me what is the purpose of adding a bias. So I've given one answer or I've given one reason yesterday. You just tell me your answers in the live chat. Okay. So there are a lot of people are giving wonderful answers. Weight is the parameter within a neural network that transforms input data within a network serial layers. Weights are numbers or weightages or components assigned to each neuron to neuron pair in the network. Wonderful. You are giving the answers like in a theoretical book. You are superb. Okay. I really trust that. No people are searching in Google and you're just posting it. Okay. So yes, Chinari Shavani also again giving the answers. Avoid zero as an output. Yes, exactly. Weight is equivalent to the learning. Exactly, superb. And to avoid zero, to stabilize the output when input is zero. Exactly, by Purnima. Wonderful, guys. Okay, so it is really showing that you are not only what to say, not only coming for attendance, you are just learning a lot of things and you are replying back. You are simply superb, guys. So thank you so much for doing this. Santosh Nagaraj even given their equation kind of representation. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so I hope you all completely clear up to kind of this kind of concepts. If you are super clear, you just post I'm super clear, Sanjay, in your live chat. So here we are going to work a little bit practically, like working with the Perceptron. How actually it is we are going to deploy in neural networks. Okay, so I hope you all remember something, guys. While talking about the Perceptron, you just tell me, guys. You just tell me what you know about the perceptron. Okay, that is my fourth question. Okay, so because we have already discussed about the perceptron and we have also seen two types of the perceptron. So you just tell me what does mean by perceptron. Okay, because so here you are seeing one kind of network, so it is kind of like okay, you just tell me the answer. Okay, so here we are going to use the perceptron and we are going to explore this kind of perceptron concept by using a Python program as well. So please wait for the hands-on as well. And another main bonus which is really waiting for you today, which was I'm going to show you how to work with Google Colab notebook, because it is more popular and Google Colab Pro is also available now. So I really want you guys to have a hands-on practice on Google Colab as well, so that I'm also going to show how to work on a Google Colab. So before that, you just tell me. Okay, so we are getting a lot of answers. Single layer perceptron, multi-layer perceptron. Wonderful. That is the second question's answer, and it is the simplest and oldest form of the neural network. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so classification, single chain neuron chain. Okay, wonderful, by Amar. Okay, so wonderful. Okay, so these are all the answers. So what does mean by what is about perceptron is it is the oldest and simplest form of the neural network where it can do a binary classification. What is mean by binary? It is nothing but zeros and then ones, either zero or one. Either what is that? Either fake news or real news, either positive or negative, either spam or not a spam, either what is it, either true or false. Okay, it is like a kind of binary classification. It is normal thing about a single layer perceptron. So here you are seeing a simplest form of which is containing very only one neuron. So like here I hope you all know about what is mean by this x1 x2 and then x3 and w1 w2 w3 and then y. Okay, so I hope you all know what is this x, w and then y. So this is nothing but our inputs, and w's which all not, are nothing but weights. So weight which is going to be assigned to each and every synapse, which is nothing but input or output of another neuron which is going to be connected with another neuron. That part where we have synapse, that synapse which is going to have some numerical values, that is known as weights. So here we have x and then w, and then finally we have y. So while talking about the steps of how it is going to work, I hope you already know about it. First step, the perceptron takes in a vector x as an input. So first of all, it is going to take x as an input, and second thing, it is going to multiply it by its corresponding weight vector w. So that is, it is like weight, it is going to multiply or it is going to do the dot product of x and then its respective weights, and then it is going to add a biases, that is known as a b. So it is the kind of thing where you can also call it like net input. Okay, so input signals weight and combined as a net input. Okay, you can call that output as a net input, and then output is then passed through an activation function to map the input between the required values. So we are going to pass into the activation function. So since we have already know about it, while talking about the perceptron, it is a kind of like binary classification where the activation functions also, there are a lot of activation function. So here it is going to be a step function. What it means, like for an example, if the input value which is less than 0, for an example, if the input is negative, then output is going to 0, whereas if the input is positive, then output is going to turn to 1. Okay, are you clear with this step activation function? If you are clear with this activation function, you just tell me. I'm super clear, Sanjay, in your live chat. Okay, so we already know about this function. So product of input and then weights by adding a biases, it is going to be passed into one function called activation function. Here in this perceptron, it is going to be a step activation function where whenever the input, so like when something need to be passed into the function, right? So whenever the input is negative, then the output of this activation function, which is said to be a 0, whereas if the input is positive, then the output of that activation function, which is said to be 1. So it is showing that it is a binary classification. Are you guys clear with this? Whenever input is negative, output is 0. Whenever the input is positive, the output is going to be 1. Okay, 0 or 1. So it is going to either return 0 or it is going to return 1. Okay, that is known as a binary classification. Okay, Bala asked me to repeat it. Yes, it's simple. Here we are going to do the dot product of input and then weights, nothing but x and then w. We are going to add a biases. So it is going to be passed into a function called activation function. On that activation function, here in this Perceptron, it is a simple like a step activation function, which is nothing but whenever the input is negative, then the output is set to be 0. Whenever the input is positive, then the output is set to be 1. Okay, so where it is either returning 0 or 1, which is known as a binary classification. So Balaji, I hope you are clear now. If you are clear now, Balaji, you just post "I am clear now," Sanjay, in your live chat. Okay, so Rajkumar sir facing some problem in CV2. So no worries, sir. Definitely today we'll have a Q&A session. So on that Q&A session, please raise your question on the time. Okay, so I hope you are clear now. So 0 means 1 means it is nothing but 0 and 1. 0 means it can be anything. 1 means it can be anything. Only thing you are gonna have only two classes, either 0 or 1. Okay, it may be positive or negative, fake or real, or what is it? Spam or not a spam. It is going to be anything, but it is going to return either 0 or 1. Okay, Balaji, thank you so much. Dan super clear, Sanjay bro. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so now what we are going to do is let us go for the project. Okay, so before I'm telling you about some internship program which we are offering. So it is all about kind of internship program where we used to have a recording session as well as weekly mastermind to add up a lot of value. So this is all about deep learning internship which we are providing as a offer, as a launch offer. Now three courses at the price of 999, which is really going on. If you registered for one course, which is like a deep learning course, you are going to get three courses as like a package. So a Python course and then computer vision, which is going to be free for you. Okay, so I'll give the link now. So if you really want, you can register for it and you can go for it. Okay, so three course combo link. It is also a limited time, like a launch offer. Okay, so are you guys ready for another thing, which is about working with the practical? So if you all are super ready for the practical session, how can I learn that Perceptron by using a Python program? If you are super excited, you just post "I'm excited," Sanjay, in the guys. Okay, so let us go for the Google Colab notebooks, guys. I hope and I would like to tell something. So the people who can't, who are using very less end laptops, like who is running like Windows 7 or something like that, you may face some problem like you can't able to install Python 3.7.8. So the people, for that people, you just please try to go for Google Colab, guys. But deep learning, it is not that much good for me. Okay, like user experience, but you can use it though. Here, I'm just going to show how to use the Google Colab online notebook. So for those people, you just go for Google Colab, guys. Okay, a lot of people are posting super excited. Okay, so first of all, you just type Google Colab in your normal Google here, guys. So welcome to collab.research.google.com. Okay, you just please visit collab.research.google.com. I'm just giving the link in the live chat. Okay, you just go into that site, guys. So here we have collab.research.google.com. So first of all, I just want to explore some of the menus here. So what does mean by example is, guys, and another main tips I really want to discuss with you. For an example, if you are using normal notebooks like ideally or Anaconda Navigator or PyCharm, it is like kind of like offline notebooks, right? So on the notebooks, so if you are placed your data set or any other file which may need to be accessible from the Python program, you can simply use the notebook. But this kind of online notebooks like this one, Google Colab or Paperspace kind of clouds, so whenever we are using different clouds like our Amazon Web Service, so this kind of different clouds are there. So online, where you can do a deep learning or artificial machine learning or something like that in online itself. So on the time, each and every cloud will have some different programming syntax to access the data. For an example, here if you are using this online Google's Colab online notebook, you can place your data set into your Google Drive. Whereas if you're talking about Amazon Web Services, you need to place your data into the bucket. Okay, so likewise, each and every cloud will have a different kind of programming syntax for sometimes. For an example, image display. Like if you want to display a real-time image, so here the programming syntax may be a little bit different. Okay, or did you guys like this? If you like this, you just post "I like this" Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so that is the main difference between the normal notebooks versus the online notebooks, which I really want to discuss it with you. Okay, so that is what these examples are. So in this examples, these are all the examples which is specially for the Google Colab. So how to access the data set which is present in the Google Drive, or what is it? How to print, how to display an image. So likewise, some of the examples which are present here, which is specially for the Google Colabs notebooks. Okay, so this is all the examples which are present here, and this recent bar which is going to show you what are all the codes which you have run recently, and Google Drive. So it will list out the Google Drive files which is present there, and GitHub. You can also load the files which is from the GitHub. And if you want to, if you have some of the program file which is present in your the normal laptop like C drive or D drive, you can upload the source code into this online notebook by using this choose files button. Are you guys clear with this up to now? So there are a lot of people are posting. I like this. Nikit, Nilay, Tanki, Shivani, and Atira, and Vinodini, and Vaishali, Mani. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for posting. I like Sanjay. Okay, so you just what you just do is first of all you just click new notebook. Okay, so notebook link. Okay, someone is asking notebook link. It is nothing but collab.research.google.com. Okay, or simply in a Google you just type Google Colab simply. That's it. Okay, so here there is an option called new notebook. You just click the new notebook button. Okay, once you have clicked the new notebook button, here the Google Colab notebook will be there. So here you can also write your program here. So for an example, here some of the menus are there. So you can name the file like what is it? Basic, something like that. Okay, so here if you are seeing the extension which is going to be .ipynb. Okay, and here we have options like file, edit, view, so basic operations, but runtime which is going to be helpful for running operations, so like running a step by step or part by part, you can go for it. Whereas here there is a two main option which you really want to explore: code and then text. Okay, so I'll tell you. So before that, you just click the connect so that it will connect with the network. Okay, so it will take a little bit time. So here you can click the next text button and you can move up or move down. So here you can write some text, guys. So for an example, here I'm just going to put some title. So one asterisk. So here it is going to be like demo program. Okay, so this is going to be my title. So if you're clicking that, it is really large, right? For an example, again, if you want to add some text in it, so here you can click it and text. So here you can add some text by putting three asterisks. So here I'm going to put like arithmetic operation. Okay, so likewise, whatever the comment which you really want, you can drop it like here. And same as like this is the code part. Okay, if you need a code, so you can run like this code. So for an example, I'm going to put like a is equal to 5 or b is equal to 6 and c is equal to a plus b and print of c. Okay, this is like normal addition, right? So normal addition thing which we have done here. So for an example, I'm just writing like this. Okay, so addition comma c. So likewise you can go for it. So addition which is 11. Okay, this is what the output which we got. For an example, if I'm going to run another kind of program or thing, but you can access the same variable which is already present in this online notebook. So here I'm going to put d is equal to a multiples of b, and here you can again put the print statement of here like product. You can put like product or multiplication or something like that. Okay, so here I'm just going to put d. So likewise you can run this kind of program like this. Okay, you can execute step by step so that you can see step by step output, and you can fix out the error where you are facing really error exactly. Okay, I hope you guys got this. If you guys got this, you just post IGT Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so that is all the stuff which we have done here. Okay, so demo program, arithmetic operation. So like we have added some text and we have added some we have added some codes. And if you want to clear the output, you can go for edit and clear all outputs. The output will be cleared. And if you want to run every cell at a time, so instead of running one by one, if you want to run complete code at a time, you can go for runtime. And here there is an option called run now. So it will automatically run one by one and it will give the output like this. Okay, I hope you guys love this. And if you want to download this program, Sanjay, for an example, if I'm writing the code in Google Colab, for an example, if I want to run it in my IDLE or something like that, how can I run Sanjay? It's simple. You can export the source code which I have written in this online Google Colab notebook. For an example, you can go for file options. So file, and then there is an option called download. So in the download, it is showing two extensions. One is .ipynb, where you can access, where you can open it from the Anaconda kind of notebook as well, a Jupyter notebook or something like that. .py also you can open it, but wherein the ideally you can simply open .py. So for an example, if I'm clicking that, so basic.py as a Python program, it will be downloaded. Okay, so I think you guys got this, guys. So for an example, edit with ideally. So if you are opening here, so the comment or other thing which is going to be put automatically as like a comments, like basic.ipynb and basic stuff. So text will be put in like automatically, it will put the comments likewise, and additionally it is going to put the text like this. Okay, I hope you all super clear this, guys, super clear about this. So it is all about exporting the Python program. So I hope you all super ready for working with Perceptron. Before that, I want to make sure whether you are super clear with the concept as well. So it is the oldest and simplest form of the neural network, where it is going to do the dot product of input, which is nothing but Rx, and then W weights, and we are going to add some biases, and it is going to be passed into the activation function. So it is going to give us the output. That is what the basic stuff, guys. Okay, so biases let us skip later. So before that, it is normal thing like a dot product of input and then weights, and we are going to pass it to the activation function. Okay, let us go for the perceptron, guys. I hope you all super ready for it. Now, what you just going to work on is like, let us explore the perceptron. So first of all, we are going to import some of the libraries, guys. So NUMPY, so it is nothing but numerical Python library. I think you guys all remember that. If you remember that, you just post. I remember Sanjay in your live chat. So it is like from NumPy import array. So it is like array initialization. For an example, if you want to pass some input data like array based numbers, so you can initialize with the help of NumPy. Okay, numerical Python library. So of course you already got to know about what is the purpose of using numerical Python library, right? So like basic array operation or matrix operation we used to do, right? So from NumPy import array, so for array initialization, and second thing from NumPy import random. So what is this library which is for an example, you are going to give 10 numbers. Out of 10 numbers, your program want to automatically pick up some random numbers. Randomly your program want to take some numbers, you can use the random function. Okay, from NumPy import random. And in third library, which is from NumPy import dot. Of course, you already know. So to do the dot product, you can use this dot library. Okay. I hope you are clear about the first part. So I've given the title like import libraries. Are you guys clear with this library? We have imported 3 libraries, but it is not completely different library. It is completely from NumPy, but we have imported it what to say, but we have imported it in a different, like based on the purpose which we have. For an example, you can also import it in another way. For example, again I'm going to put like from NumPy import array comma random comma dot. Okay, so this is another alternative method. You can import in a single line. So just for a basic user, I really want to show it likewise. I hope you are clear with this. Okay, we have imported 3 main functions from the NumPy library. One is array to initialize an array, and second one is a random function which is going to be helpful for choosing some random numbers out of a certain range, and dot to do the dot product of 2 numbers or 2 values. Okay, this is all about first of all importing our libraries. And second thing, we are gonna have activation function. So I hope you all remember in your programming languages which you have learned so far, what is the purpose of going for function, guys? You just tell me what is the purpose of function. Okay, so that's my question. If you guys have any question, you just please write your questions in the live chat. Okay, so what is the purpose of function? I'm just asking generally, guys. I'm just asking generally in a normal programming language. What is the purpose of using function? Okay, that is my question. If you know the answer, you just write your answers in the live chat. Okay, because here I'm just going to introduce you to the one kind of new and very popular syntax, which is lambda. So with the help of lambda, you can execute one complete function in a single line. Okay, even though you are assigning it to a certain variable, you can complete one complete function in a single line by using a lambda. Okay, so to find value, okay, so it is not right. Reusable type, exactly. So whenever something need to be happen each and every time, you no need to write that kind of 5 lines of program each and every time again and again. It is like a kind of like reusability. Exactly, Ahmed Mohammed, reusability. Okay, for an example, if you want to do addition operation for 10 times, so like 10 for 10 numbers, you no need to write a plus b, a plus b, a plus b, a plus b for 10 times. So simply you can initialize with the help of function, and from the function you can call it. Okay, in the function there is a three main divisions or something like that is there. I hope you all remember. If you remember that, you just post your answers in the live chat, guys. Okay, so if you guys know the answer, you just post your answers in the live chat. So like while talking about the function, there are three main division about the functions. Okay, if you know the answer, you just post your answers in the live chat. So here, what is the main thing is, by using a lambda, here we are executing some function, guys. So what is the function is activation function. So I'm just assigning one variable called activation function is equal to lambda space x. Okay, it is going to be your argument. Okay, x colon 0 if x is less than 0, else 1. So I hope you all remember what is mean by activation function, right? So, and also here it is a step activation function, and before itself we have seen what is mean by step activation function. If you know what is mean by step activation function, you just give your answers in the live chat. Okay, so here what we are comparing it, we are getting some argument as an input value. So of course we already know, so we are going to do some mathematical operations like doing a dot product or something like that. We are going to do some mathematical operation, and we are going to pass that value into the activation function, right? So that is going to be our net input, right? So that input, if that x, okay, if that x is less than 0, okay, if the x is less than 0, then output is 0, else the output will be 1. Okay, this is the meaning of this lambda's activation function, guys. Okay, if you guys all completely got what is mean by this, what is happening in this lambda function, you just post I'm super clear in Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so what is the thing? Whenever the input which is less than 0, then the output which is going to be turned into 0, or else the output will be 1. Okay, that is the meaning here, guys. Okay, lambda is one kind of type of keyword here where you can use it for creating this kind of function in a single line. Okay, so that is the thing which we have used here, because in a Python you can use def also. So def space function definition or something like that. Guys, I have asked some questions, right, about the function. So that is nothing but function declaration, function definition, function call. This is the three things which I expected. I hope you guys got that bulb which has been blinked. So if it is blinked, you just post it blinked is Sanjay in your lecture. Okay, so function declaration, function definition, and then function call, right? So here we are doing that function definition within a single line. Or else, if you want to write like huge lines of program, if you really want, you can write it with the help of def function. So def space the function name, and then you can write whatever the statement which you really want in the function. Okay, definitely you will learn that. Don't worry, but this lambda is an alternative way where you can execute a simple function in a single line itself. So what is the function here, guys? Whenever the input argument, which is x, okay, so it linked with Sanjay. Yes, thank you so much for posting that. Pradnya Cheven. Okay, whenever something, so whenever some input which is going to be passed into this activation function as an argument, it is going to compare that input with a 0. So if it is less than 0, then the output will be turned into 0. So that is the meaning here. Okay, so if the x is less than 0, if the input is negative, then the output is 0. Else means if the x is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, then the output will be turned into 1. So that is the meaning of this activation function. I hope you all super clear with this. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. A lot of people are posting that. I got it. Wonderful. Thank you so much for posting this. Okay, now let us execute step-by-step program here. So the first part is importing the libraries. It is running now, so it is connected and it ran successfully. The tick shows it ran successfully, and now let us run this activation function. This is only a function definition. Still now I haven't done a function call or something like that, guys. It is just a function definition, so that's why it is not printing anything. So function definition is done. Now we are going to pass some data set. So here, what is the data set we are going to pass is we are going to pass some kind of like gate operation. Okay, so here we have array of square braces 0 comma 0 comma 1 comma 0. So what is the argument which we are passed here? It might be looking a little bit confusing, but you just look onto it here, guys. So array of, you just compare this, sorry, you just compare this part versus this part. Okay, so array of the first argument which is x, and second one which is y, and third one which is b, and fourth one which is e. So you just see it. First of all, x comma y, which is going to be my input, and b, which is going to be my biases. Okay, so that is going to be my biases, and e, which is nothing but my expected output to validate. Guys, I hope you all know one thing. For an example, you have this mobile phone and this pen drive. Okay, for an example, if you are teaching your deep learning or anything, so if you are teaching your baby or something like that, so this is mobile phone, this is pen drive. Likewise, you are just going to provide 5 pictures of mobile phone and 5 pictures of pen drive, and you're just teaching to the baby. But how will you identify whether the baby is right or wrong? Okay, if you guys have any guesses, you just post your answers in the live chat. Okay, so so what is the thing is, if I have mobile phone and if I have pen drive, so I have 5 images of mobile phone and 5 images of pen drive. The baby already trained. For an example, if I'm just going to show mobile phone as an input image, I'm just going to show mobile phone to a baby. What the baby will tell, whether either baby will tell it is a mobile or pen drive. But how will you identify whether it is right or wrong? Okay, so that is my question. If you guys got the answer, you just post your answers in the live chat. Okay, so some people didn't understand the class. Definitely, I'll give the quick overview, guys. Okay, don't worry. Please stay into the session. Okay, so here, what is the argument which we are having is the first two value. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. So these are all going to be our input. Okay, so this one, and then this one, and then this one. These two are going to be my input, whereas this going to be my biases. Okay, so this one is going to be my biases, whereas this one is going to be my expected output to validate. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so Ingo given a funny answer. You will ask the baby, not okay. So baby already given the answer. It is a mobile phone, but I'm just asking how you will identify whether it is right or wrong. Okay, so it is automatically told that that is mobile or that is pen drive. For an example, if I'm just already the training is being completed, now I'm just going to show this mobile phone to a baby. The baby is telling that that is a pen drive. So how will you identify whether it is right or wrong? Okay, that is my question. Okay, you just give your answers in the live chat. Okay, so here what that is the reason why we have given this expected output value. Okay, Satyapu Balan, comparing with expected output. Yes, we need that expected output. Okay, what does mean by that expected output? Actually, we at least we need to know what is known as pen drive, or what is known as this how the mobile will look like. Okay, that is the thing which we really need to know first of all. Okay, so that is why what is the thing is we are given some expected output result so that we can validate. Okay, so first of all, I'm repeating again. So we are going to consider some data set is equal to array of 0, 0, 1. So here the first two values are input. So x, y, which is going to be my input, and third value which is going to be biases. For each and every value we have given 1 as a biases, and the expected output value which is 0. Okay, so here it is going to 1, it is going to 1, and it is going to 1. Okay, so you just tell me guys, what is the gate is? I think you guys have studied logic gates. Okay, so 0, 0, the output is 0, and 0, 1, the output is 1, and 1, 0, the output is 1, and 1, 1, the output is 1. So what is the type of logic gate here? Okay, so if you guys know the answer, you just post your answers in the live chat. Okay, so before I'm just asking this question, Dilesh Shahu given the answer, working like OR gate. Wonderful, you are really great. Okay, so these are all the data which we have, guys. Okay, so let us print that, and you can see how it look like. Okay, so for an example, if you really want to know how it will look like exactly, so I'm just going to put the print statement likewise. Okay, whatever the thing which you really can't able to understand, you just put as like a print statement. Okay, so this is what look like 0, 0, 1. So this one is going to be my input, this one is also going to be my input, this one is going to be my biases, and this one is going to be my expected results. Okay, it is like a test data. Yes, there are a lot of people are posting that answer. Wonderful, you are really great. That is nothing but OR gate. Okay, So this is what expected result. So what we have did is, it is a training data where we have given the output as well. So what is our output? We need to get 0 1 1 1. This is going to be our exact output. So this is the data set which we have. Are you guys clear up to now? If you are clear up to now, you just post clear Sanjay in your live chat. For the people who didn't understand, who posted, want to repeat, I didn't understand the class, I'm repeating again. So first of all, here we have imported three main libraries. Everything is NumPy, but different functions. Number one, import array, which is going to be helpful for initializing an array. And second library, which is the random function, which is going to be helpful for randomly choosing some numbers. Definitely you will know why we are using this random function. And dot to do a dot product of two values. These are all the three libraries. First of all, we have imported. And second thing, we have initialized one function called activation function. So we have defined one activation function. So what the activation function will do is, for that activation function, we need to pass one input. Okay, whenever you are passing some input function, it is going to get that input. Sorry, it is going to get that input value, and it will compare. For an example, if the input value is less than 0, for an example, if the input value is -3, -1, -2, -5, then the output is going to be 0. Whereas if if the input is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, if it is the positive number, the output will be 1, because it is a binary classification. Either it will return 0 or 1. So that is the function of activation function, which we have specified with the help of a lambda keyword. Okay, so lambda of x, that is the argument. If the x is less than 0, if the x is negative, then it will return 0, else it will return 1. That is the function of activation function. And here in the training data set, we are going to initialize some of the values which is going to be passed here. So on that, so we are going to convert certain things. So certain data as an array, the value which is not in the array, which is going to be considered as expected output value. Okay, so here we have three values. So number one, number two, and then number three. So this number one and then number two. So these two values, which is nothing but our input, and this one which is going to be our biases, and this final value which is going to be our expected output value. So here in the training data set itself, it is really showing that we are trying to do the OR gate. Okay, we are trying to do the OR gate. Okay, so here, because why it has been OR gate? Because 0 comma 0, the output is 0. 0 comma 1, the expected output is 1. 1 comma 0, the expected output is 1. 1 comma 1, the expected output is 1, because it's nothing but OR gate, right? So this is the data which we have. The people who posted, I'm not clear today's session, are you clear now? If you are clear now, you just post, I'm clear now, Sanjay, in your live chat. Okay, so these are the three steps which we have passed over: importing a libraries, activation function, and then we have initialized some data set. Okay, so just initialized our data set. Okay, so it is not training, it is like initializing. Okay, so we have just initialized our data set. Okay, so and after that, what we are going to do is, here someone raised the question. What is the question is, we have inputs and we have biases. Where the hell the weights is? Right? That is your question, right? So here we have weights. For example, what it will do is, weights is equal to random dot rand of 3. So out of 3 values, it is going to randomly pick any one value. So because weights are nothing but it is a kind of like assumption. So we are going to get that weight. So for an example, let us print it. Okay, you can also print by using this way. So I'm going to run this. So weights is equal to, so just it is going to be having this kind of array operation. It is just going to randomly assign some of the 3 values. Okay, random dot rand of 3. Okay, so that is what we have: 0 0.24, 0 0.60, 0 0.19. Okay, guys, do you guys have any guesses why these weights are looking like in the 3 values? Okay, if you really know what is the purpose of what is the weights are, you can give the answer for this. Okay, if you know the answer, you just post your answers in the live chat. Okay, yeah, yes, Meghna given the I'm clear now, Sanjay. Thank you so much for posting that, guys. Okay, the people who didn't who posted that I didn't understand, please now post I'm clear now, Sanjay, so that I'll be feeling satisfied. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, weights is equal to random dot rand of 3. So it is given the results like 0 0.24, 0 0.6, 0 0.19, something like that. If you are running again, so it is going to change 0.54, 0.192. So whenever I'm running again and again, it is going to randomly assign some of the values. Okay, so that is all the stuff which we have did, guys. Okay, so and after that, now we are going to initialize some of the variables. Number one, it is a learning rate. R is equal to 0.2. It is like kind of like a learning rate. And N is equal to 100. So what is mean by N is equal to 100 is kind of like number of iteration. How much time it need to iterate the data. Okay, so how much time it need to iterate towards learning process. Okay, for an example, guys, if I'm going to show this mobile phone, I have this pen drive. I have 5 images of mobile phone, 5 images of pen drive. How much time I'm going to show that 5 images to my baby, okay, to the baby. Okay, totally I have 10 images. I hope you all with me, guys. If you all with me, you just post. I'm with you, Sanjay, in your live chat. I have 5 images of mobile phone, 5 images of pen drive. I'm going to teach the baby how to recognize this is a mobile phone and this is the pen drive. So what is mean by this iteration is how much time I'm going to show this 10 images to a baby. That is known as N here. Okay, so that is the N here. N is equal to 100 and learning rate is 0.2. So you can also change these values. Okay, so whenever number of images is really huge, whenever your data is really huge, what you can do is you can increase the number of iteration. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so here now we are going to start our training process. So on the training process, I hope you all remember we already have inputs, so those kind of data which already present here. We need to do is we need to multiply it with the weights. That is the steps we need to do, right? So training our model. So in this training our model, so here we are going to learn how to use the for function, guys. So for, I'm just going to assign one variable like for j in range of n. Okay, so here you may have some questions. What is meant by range? It's simple, guys. For an example, for I in range of 10, or let us put 5. Okay, print statement. Okay, so print of I. Okay, so let us see the output. So for I in range of 5, what it mean by that? It is going to start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is not going to include 5. For an example, instead of I'm going to give 8. So for I in range of 8, it is given the answer like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, not 8. Okay, so this is the function of range. So that is the same thing what we did. So for j in range of 100. So what is the meaning here, guys? So what is the, how many iteration it will do? Okay, so like what is the range of 100? Okay, you just give your answers in the live chat. Okay, what is the range of 100? Okay, that is my question. You just give your answers in the live chat. Okay, so okay, wonderful. There are a lot of people are posting that with you. Okay, so here we have for j in range of n. So here what we are going to do is same as like a random. Here we are going to consider choice. Okay, so what is all about choice is because we have already initialized the like what is a random thing. Okay, so here you can also put random dot choice even. Okay, so let's run this. Let us check. Okay, it is given the error. So let us put random dot choice. Okay, so what we are going to do is, okay, so it must be one dimensional. Yeah. Okay, let us import another library, guys, from random import choice. So what we are going to do is we are going to pass that data into a choice library. Okay, choice function. So what we are going to do is we are going to pass the data set. So give me a sec. So what we are going to do is we are going to pass this data set into this random function, random dot choice function. So what is the difference between normal random dot rand which we have executed before is here choice which is going to include the repeated numbers as well. So that is all we have. Okay, so here we have faced some problem. Okay, let us check later. So what is the thing is we are going to take that random dot choice of data set. So we are going to pass the data into a random dot choice function. Okay. So what we are going to do is for j in range of n. So we are going to iterate 100 times, like 0 to 99 as the people who have given the answer. So x comma expected. So what it is going to return is in this data set which we have, we already have this array, right? So array of this data comma 0. Okay, what it is going to return is it is going to give the x separately and expected separately. What does mean by that? Because guys, here in this data set which we have, here we have input as well as the output. So here the input, which is going to be this one, like array of 0, 0, 1, whereas this is going to be output. So what we are just simply doing is we are just separating, we are just segregating the input and then output. That is what we are doing here. Okay, so x comma expected is equal to random dot choice of data set. What is mean by that? From this data set, we have two arguments. One is this 0, 0, 1, and another one is the 0. So that is the data which we have. So what we are going to do is we are going to separate the two things. So x, which is going to have this 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. So this is all the thing which we are going to get it here. Whereas in this expected data, it is going to have this expected output to validate. So this 0, 1, 1, and then 1. So it is going to get the data. Okay, so random dot choice. So it is going to get the data set. What we are going to do is it's time to do the dot product. So result is equal to dot of weights comma x. Okay, so weights is nothing but we have already initialized, right? So it is like randomly assigned some of the values like 0.8, 0.2, and 0.9. So what we are going to do is we are going to do the dot product. So dot of weights comma x. So dot product of the input and then weights vector. So we are going to do the dot product of both the weights and then x. So this is what the result which we will get. And error is equal to expected minus activation function of result. So what is meant by this error, guys? Okay, expected result is nothing but if it is misclassified. For an example, if you have 4 test trial you are going to do. So here we are going to do the 100 test trials, right? So on that 100 test trials, how 100 comparison or 100 times of iteration, what we are going to do is we are going to find out the error, because with the help of the error only we need to optimize the value called weights, right? So I hope you all remember that weights. It is going to be like self-optimized value, which is going to be optimized based on the expected results versus the actual results, right? So I hope you all remember that terms. So what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to find out the error. So ERR is equal to expected minus activation function of the result. So here we are going to pass that input. So what is the input here? That is the dot product of weights and then weights and then input. So we are going to pass it to the activation function. So whenever you are passing that into an activation function, it is going to give the results like it is going to either give the results like either 0 or 1, because it is going to be passed into the activation function. Whenever the input which is going to be negative, then it is going to return 0. Whenever the input is positive, then it is going to give the 1. So that is the normal activation function, right? So it is going to find out the error and it is going to have it in the variable. So here what we are doing here. So because we need to update the weight values based on the error it is identifying. Guys, for an example, you are showing that 100 picture to a baby, all right? So 100 times, right? So you have 10 pictures, 5 pictures of mobile, 5 pictures of 5 pictures of pen drive. You are going to show that 10 pictures to a baby 100 times. So if that is so, then whenever you are showing, if the baby is misclassifying that images, what we just want to do is we just want to optimize some of the values, or we just want to reteach the baby like it is not it is not a pen drive, it is a mobile phone. Likewise, we just want to reteach again and again. We need to optimize it. So that is what we did here. Calculate the correction factor. Okay, how we are going to calculate the correction factor is learning rate, a product of learning rate and then error which we have find it out, and then input. So product of learning rate and then error and then input. So it is going to give one factor. We are going to append into the weights. So I hope you all know weights plus equal to some of the thing. What is mean by that? So it is going to add to the weights. So it is going to add it. Okay. So if the expected value is bigger, okay, because the expected value, for an example, if it is 1. So if the expected value is bigger, the weight should be increased. Okay. And if the expected value is smaller, then the weight should be decreased. Okay. That is the meaning here, guys. Okay, are you guys clear with this? If you are super clear with this, you just post I'm super clear, Sanjay, in your live chat. Okay, so what is the thing? We are just rechecking the we are just checking again and again about with the help of the errors. Okay, that is the error factor. Definitely, we are going to learn the terms. Okay, so what is meant by that? First of all, we have multiplied the inputs and then weights, and after that, what we did, we are finding out the error by doing like difference between the expected results versus the results, actual results which we have. Okay, expected results, which is the predicted results or activation functions results. So from that, we used to find out one factor called error. So what we are going to do is we are going to calculate the correction factor. Why we are calculating a correction factor is because we need to optimize the weights value so that the learning which is going to be improved. So that is the main reason why we are doing or why we are doing the why we are calculating the correction factor. So we are going to append the calculation factor. We are going to add that calculation factor into the variable called weight. So weight plus equal to learning rate, product of learning rate, and then error, and then x. So that it is going to give the value of weight. So it is going to be appended each and every time. So 100 times. For that 100 times, the weights value which is going to be optimized by itself. So then it is going to be assigned into the variable. Okay. And then what we are going to have is we are going to evaluate it. So on this evaluation for x comma underscore. So here what is this underscore? It's simple, guys. Whenever if something is going to return you two return values, but you are not going to worry about the second return value, you can put underscore here. Okay, so x comma underscore in data set result is equal to dot of x comma weights. Okay, so result is equal to dot of x comma weights, and then print of input, and then result before activation function and result of after activation function. So here what we did is format of x colon 2. What is mean by that? X colon 2 means it is going to display 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1 1. So this is the output of this format of x colon 2, whereas the round of results comma 3. So what is the meaning here is it is going to round off the value. Round off the values in the sense actually actual result. So what is the result variable here, guys? So what the result variable which is present here, it is a dot product of weights and an input. So definitely because why? Because this is having lot of decimal numbers. So output is also going to have 0. What is it? 0.0345 or minus 0.67, something like that, right? So that is what that is why the reason. So here we have dropped a round of results comma 3. So it is going to round off the values, like it is going to give the answers like 0.345. 0.214, 0.678, 0.123. So likewise, it is going to round off the value. So it is going to give the results. And finally, we are also going to put the, or we are going to print the activation functions results. So what is going to be the activation functions results, guys? Because we have already seen it here. So you just tell me what is the output of activation functions results. Okay. So you just tell me, guys, what is the result of activation function here. Okay, so as I've already told you, this x colon 2, which is the output, which is going to be what is it, which is going to be like 0 0 0 1 1 0 or 1 1 1. But you just tell me what is going to be the output of activation functions results. Okay, so that is what my question is. So okay, so if you know the answer, you just post your answers in the live chat, guys. Okay, so I'm waiting for your answers here. Okay, so a lot of people are super clear. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, guys. Okay, did you guys enjoy this today's session? So if you enjoyed this session, you can also post enjoyed Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so give me some time. Okay, zeros or one. Yes, exactly, guys. Zeros and then one. Exact answer, guys. And another main problem I would like to address to you here. Okay, so before that, let us check out the error here. So from random input choice, I think they have changed some syntax. I think so. Okay, let us check anyhow. Okay, it is giving error actually. Okay, let us check. Okay, error has been fixed now. Okay, so this is the output we got, guys. So what is the output here? So input colon 0 comma 0 0 and results before activation function, which was minus 0.102, whereas result after activation function. This I'm really sorry about that variables, guys. Okay, so results after function, which is 0. Okay, so this is what the predicted results, guys. Did you guys enjoy this output, guys? So why we got the error? So here, what is the problem we got the error is From here, I forgot to import choice function. So from random import choice. So now we have imported the choice by using here. Okay, so directly we have used choice. Okay, so that is the thing. So or else you can also remove these things and you can also use random dot choice, but I think it is not work. It is not working. So that's why I'm just imported like from random import choice, and we have used the choice like this. Okay, choice of data set. So what is the difference between normal random is it won't include the repeated numbers. For an example, if you have a list like 0, comma 1, comma 0, comma 2, it won't consider multiple or repeated numbers as a consideration as a random. But in the choice, even though it is a repeated numbers, it will take us like a consideration. That is the main reason, guys. Okay, so that is the reason. Okay, so for the people who didn't understand, I'm repeating the complete workflow. If you are super ready for the quick overview, just post I'm ready, Sanjay, in your live chat. Okay, so what is the first thing which we have did is we have imported some of the libraries, guys. First library, which is the array library, which is going to be helpful for initializing an array, and random library, which is going to be helpful for randomly choosing some numbers, and dot, which is going to be helpful for doing the dot product of two values, and random import choice, which is going to be helpful for whenever, even though the number is repetitive, even though your elements are repeated, you are going to randomly select some numbers as like a choice. So that is the four libraries first of all we have imported by using this four lines of program. And second thing, which is activation function. So since it is a perceptron, we already know some condition, that is a step activation function. What is this step activation function? If the input is negative, output is 0. If the input is positive, output is 1, because it is a binary classification, 0 or 1. So that is why we have initialized one activation function. By using a lambda, we are passing one argument like x. So whenever x is less than 0, whenever the x is negative, the output is 0. Else the output will be 1, which is nothing but if the input is 0 or 1 or 2 or 3, the output is going to be turned into 1. So that is the function like activation function. Now we are going to initialize some of the data set. So while talking about this data set, we are going to pass some of the values. So while talking about these values, it is all about array. Okay, if you are confusing, if you are getting confused about what is the output or what is the variables meaning here, so you can please put a print statement, guys. Okay, so at my beginning stage, why I used to learn Python programming, whenever I didn't understand anything, I'll always use a print statements. Okay, so here print of array of 0 comma 0 comma 1 comma 0, so it's just given this answer. So out of this value, the first two value, which is going to be my input, second value, which is going to be my biases. So for each and every value, I've given biases is 1, because my input is having 0. So that's why my output will also maybe turn into 0. So that's why we are adding some biases. Okay, and then additionally we have given some output. Output as in the sense actual results. It's like a supervised learning methodology. I hope you all remember what is mean by supervised learning. If you really remember what is mean by supervised learning, you just post your answers in the live chat. What is mean by supervised learning, guys? Okay, so here we have given actual results. Actual results of 0 comma 0 is 0, and 0 comma 1 is 1, and 1 comma 0 is 1, and 1 comma 1 is 1. So it is nothing but it is representing not OR gate. Okay, and after that, after you have initialized the data set, these two are like optional lines, guys, to display or to show the results. And then now it's time to initialize the weights. While talking about the weights, instead of we are giving some values by randomly, you can also give it so, but we are just let it to into the program scan. So rand of 3, it is going to consider this kind of array operation like 3 values. Okay, 0.67, 0.88, 0.69. So likewise, it is going to randomly assign some weight values. Yes, labeled data. There are a lot of people are giving their answer like a labeled data. Superb, guys. Thank you so much for giving their answer. And then initializing additional variables. So while talking about additional variables, so here we have two variables, guys. One is learning rate and another one is number of iteration. So learning rate, definitely I'll explore individually with the help of that terminology session. But now number of iteration, which is really important, which is like how many iteration need to be completely gone through towards complete data. For an example, I have how many data are here, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of data is there. How much iteration need to be gone towards complete data? You can also call it in the name of epoch. Okay, n is equal to 100. So 100 times it is going to go through towards complete data. And then we are going to train our model. For training our model, first of all, how many times it is going to iterate? It is like n, it's just nothing but 100 times. So what we are going to do is x comma expected is equal to choice of data set, which is nothing but it is going to get the data set. And so in this data set we have two main divisions are there, because this is going to be my input and this is going to be my actual output, the data which has been already labeled. Okay, so that's why we are going to segregate the data. So my x is going to be my input and expected, which is going to be my expected output results. Okay, x and then y, and result is equal to dot of weights comma x. So we are going to do the dot product of my input and then weights. So we are going to get some results in the number of like floating points, some of the numbers which is present here, and we are going to pass it to the activation function to identify the error. Okay, so error is equal to expected minus activation function of the results. I hope you all know what is the output of activation function. It is going to either give 1 or 0. So that is what the meaning. So we are going to find out the error, and what we are going to do is we are going to calculate the correction factor, which is going to be helpful for optimizing your weights value for each and every iteration. For on the first iteration, if the error is really huge, then it is going to optimize with the help of the correction factor, and it is going to be added into the weight value. Again, iterate until what is it? For each and every iteration, the error which is going to be reduced. Okay, that is the main factor, guys. I hope you all completely clear with this. Okay, whenever it is iterating again and again, the error which is going to be reduced with the help of this correction factor, where we are doing the product of learning rate and then error and then input. So, okay, so it is going to be optimized completely, and we are going to evaluate it on the evaluation for x comma dash underscore in data set. So in the from the data set is going to pass one by one. So on that one by one, definitely there is only a 4 data. One is 0 0 0 1 1 0 and then 1 1. It is going to be passed into it, and then we are going to get the results, as well as we are going to print the activation functions results. So whenever the input is whenever the result is negative, okay, negative like minus 0.102, the output turned into 0. Whenever the result is positive, like 0.7, because our step activation function is like this, right? So 0.7, then the output is 1. 0.57, the output is 1. 1.456, the output is 1. Okay, did you guys completely enjoyed this kind of application based learning concepts? If you all super enjoyed, you just post I'm super enjoyed Sanjay in your lecture, guys. Okay, so what we simply did is we just simply did this kind of mathematical operation. So we have done a dot product of input and then weights. We have added a biases with the input already. Okay, we have just done a dot product of inputs, and we have passed some results that is in the variable of result, and that result which is going to be passed into the activation function. Since it is a step activation function, whenever the result is as an input is a negative, the output will turn into 0. Whenever the result is positive, then output is turned into 1. So that is all which we have did in the Perceptron with the help of the program also, guys. Okay, I hope you guys all super enjoyed. So apart from this single internship program, we are also giving a Warriors Way kind of community, where we are about to give 6 technical courses plus 3 soft skill courses. So this complete courses at the price of 2,999. But again, I'm telling you guys, this is a very limited time offer. This Warriors Way program, which is about to be changed into the price of 4,999 assumed. So if you really want to be part of this community, you just please register for it. If you register for this Warriors Way community, you are going to be part of this learn.pantechsolutions.net. In this portal, you can start learning your courses, like 6 courses. Additionally, you're gonna have a weekly mastermind. For each and every week, you're gonna get one new value, and technical hackathon will be there, which is going to be helpful for you to complete the course, and a quarterly intensive which is going to be there, where it is going to be helpful for to enhance your results, and weekly another course which is going to be another session which is going to be there on Tuesdays and then Thursdays, which is going to be helpful for validating your resume whenever you are used to apply for a job, or which is going to be helpful for programming your mind. Okay, so that's kind of advanced session which is going to be there, so you can participate in it. So only thing you need just want to do is you just want to click the link which I'm going to give in the live chat. You just want to click the link and register for it, Warriors Way internship program. Already there are a lot of people are joining still now, guys. If you really want that, you just click the link and register for it, guys. Okay, so that's all up to here. And today's deep learning terminology. Okay, so today's deep learning terminology, which is about back propagation. So what is mean by back propagation? So back propagation is nothing but back propagation of error. So the thing which we have also seen it, right? So after each forward pass, so what is mean by forward pass, guys? For an example, you are having some input and then output. So it is going to be passed into from input layer and to the hidden layer and then output layer. So this is the normal forward propagation. But while talking about the backward propagation, after each and every forward pass through the network, for an example, if the certain pass which has been happened from input to the output or input to the next layer, okay, input layer to the next layer, okay. So what the back propagation will do is it will do the backward pass where it is going to adjust the model parameters. Okay, it is nothing but a weights. I hope you guys all remember in the program which we have did. Okay, it is like modifying the weights by based on the error which we have obtained, right? So after each every forward pass through a network, back propagation performs a backward pass while adjusting the model's parameter. Okay, the level of adjustment is determined the gradients of the function with respect to the parameters. So with respect to the parameters, it is going to be adjusted by the gradients. Okay, so proper tuning of the weights ensure lower error rates, of course. So whenever you used to tune the weight value properly, it does nothing but it is going to reduce the error rates. Okay, so you can also call like a back propagation is for calculating the gradients effectively. Whereas while talking about this optimizer, which is also going to be like optimizer training neural network using gradient computed with a back propagation. Okay, so I'm repeating again. Back propagation is for calculating gradients effectively, whereas this optimizer, which is for training a neural network using gradient computed with the back propagation. Okay, so now let us go for the second terminology, which is about loss function. So while talking about the loss function, it is nothing but repeatedly estimating error of the model so that weights can be updated to reduce loss. So this is the error, guys. Okay, so this is the loss function where for each and every iteration it is going to monitor the error, okay, repeatedly estimating the error of the model so that weights can be updated to reduce the loss. So for each and every iteration we are measuring the error as well as we are optimizing the weights value. So that is the meaning here. Okay, so on the last function we also have some of the types. So while talking about the types, so on the regression loss function, under the category of regression loss function, binary classifications loss function, multi-class classifications loss function, we have different types like mean square error loss, mean square logarithmic error loss, mean absolute error loss, binary cross entropy, hinge loss, squared hinge loss, multi-class cross entropy, sparse multi-class cross entropy, callback divergence loss, loss function. So here we have different kind of loss function. Don't worry about it. Definitely on the upcoming session you are going to learn those steps. And then while talking about the third terminology, which is about gradient descent. So it is one of the optimizer, guys. While talking about the optimizer, which is going to be helpful for training a neural network, which is going to use gradient, which is being already computed with the back propagation. Okay. So optimizer, which is nothing but to minimize the loss function or error term. So optimizer, which is going to be helpful for to reduce the error term. Okay, that is what here we also did. We have calculated some of the factor, right, to reduce the error term. Okay, so it is going to be helpful for minimizing the error term. And then while talking about this gradient descent specifically act as a barometer, so which is nothing but measuring its accuracy, guys, measuring or like its accuracy with each iteration of the parameter update. So whenever you are updating the parameter, what is in some factor you need to measure it, right? That is the gradient descent. Okay, and until the function is close to or equal to 0, until this loss function is close to or equal to 0, the model will continue to adjust its parameter to yield the smallest possible error. Guys, what is the meaning here? So it's simple. Here we have specified some epoch, right? So n is equal to 100. Okay, if you are showing the output, if you are drawing this error as like a graph, after the certain iteration, the error will be saturated. But you can also use this loss function, or you can also specify some of the parameters. So if there is no improvement in the loss function, you can stop the training. So it won't take a lot of time for based on the number of epochs. Okay, so that is the meaning here. Then here we have different types on the gradient descent. One is batch gradient descent, or stochastic gradient descent, or mini batch gradient descent. Okay, so that is all the stuff. I hope you all super clear. I hope you love this. If you love this, you just post I love Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, And after that, what we are going to have is about short bites. So while talking about the short bites, today's short bite, which is about what you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create. So it is completely power which is present in you. First of all, what you think you become. Yes. So what you are thinking about? Are you thinking about like becoming an employee in one company, or are you going to think about you're going to become an entrepreneur and you're going to serve a people, and are you going to earn a lot? That is completely because of your thoughts. So what you think you become. Okay, if you are thinking very small, you will become that. If you are thinking large, you will become that. Okay, it is not about that small or big. So what do you think you become? And second one, what you feel you attract. What you are feeling about. Are you feeling about negative thoughts, or what you don't have? Definitely you're going to attract that. If you are thinking about the problems, you are going to attract the problems. If you are thinking about money, you are going to attract money. If you are thinking about skill, you are going to attract skill. That is the second thing. And third thing, what you imagine you create. And there is a one thing, guys. Whatever the stuff, whatever the thing which you are taking, it is actually created twice. So for an example, if you are talking about Taj Mahal or something like that, it is being created in the Shah Jahan's minds first of all, and then only it is being created like physically. Okay, so that is the thing. What you imagine, you create. First of all, you need to imagine it, and then you are going to create it. Okay, so these are the three short bites of today. Power in you. I hope you really love this. Okay, so finally we are in the Q&A session, guys. If you guys have any questions, please raise your questions. Harsha, sir, make sure that timings for the session and our language crash course timing, please conduct those separately with any problem for timing. Definitely our programming, which is going to be around 4 to 5 p.m., guys. Okay. Yes, guys, do you guys have any questions? Did you guys enjoyed and loved this series? Love this session? If you really enjoyed and loved this series, you just post "I love this, Sanjay," and or "I'm enjoying Sanjay" in your live chat. I need to estimate parameters of aircraft having real flight data. Can you recommend book of neural network in MATLAB? Actually, for MATLAB, definitely I'll check it out, Roli Jaiswal. Definitely I'll check it out, and definitely I'll try to update. Tomorrow, don't forget to remember me because I usually forget those steps. Definitely I'll try to get some information about the books, and definitely I'll update you. Okay. Thank you so much, Bablu. Thank you so much, Vatsal. Thank you so much, Shavani. Thank you so much. Roshan, why did we import multiple numpy rather than the whole numpy? Why did we need two inputs? Why is bias is always one? Actually, the first question, which was why did we import multiple numpy? I think you haven't attended the complete session because I've shown you there is an alternative way where you can simply import in a single line, or you can import simply like import numpy, but each and every time whenever you need a certain library, you need to call like a numpy dot. Numpy dot random. Likewise, you can each and every time you need to call like numpy. So that's why we have just imported likewise. And second question, why did we need two inputs? Actually, here we have passed two inputs. So it is up to you. You can pass multiple inputs, but it is very simplest neural network. So everything we have kept like very simplest thing. So simple inputs and simple outputs, which is like a zeros and one binary classification. That is what we have did. Okay, why is bias is always one? So here, for example, here we are given like bias is of one. Why? Because here we have the input which is really zero. Absolutely, it is zero. So that's why to overcome the problem, so we are just adding a bias is like one. Okay, that's the reason. I enjoy the session, Sanjay. Thank you so much, Sanjay, for posting that. Raj Kumar, thank you so much for posting this, sir. Guys, is there any other questions? Can we use pandas? Yes, you can pass the pandas as well. So here, just in a we are in the beginner state. We are just directly initialized in a variable itself. Definitely will learn in the deep. guys. Okay, by using a pandas library itself. Gautam Kumar, please teach cloud. Cloud will try to plan it for yes, because it is really huge, guys. Because only for AWS itself, we need one masterclass separately. But definitely, we'll try to plan it for. Okay. Anuruddh Kumar, sir, what I do, I'm not able to understand your lecture. Okay, Anuruddh, what you just do is you just try to attend the first session and then second session so that you will get an idea. Or else, what you just do is you just go for this, what do you say, this artificial intelligence journey, data science journey. Because why I'm telling that is, if you are not attending, if you can't able to get complete clarity about this idea is the first reason you haven't completely focused onto the session. That may be the first reason. The second reason, you need more explanation. If you need more explanation, first of all, you need to complete this Python course so that you will get complete idea about what is mean by that tuple and those tuple or array or a lambda and those stuff. So you will get complete idea about that. Is why the journey is okay. Python bootcamp, data analytics, computer vision, and then AI, and then machine learning, and then deep learning, so that you will get complete basic insights before itself. So that is what the main reason I'm just suggesting you to go for this Warriors Way program, so that you will completely get clear idea about this stuff. Okay, I think you are clear now. Guys, please don't what is it? Please don't talk about the attendance and all. Okay, attendance will be shared. If it is not being shared, definitely it will be posted here. Okay, give me a sec, or else I'll try to share it with you. Okay, I'll give the attendance link. Okay. Okay, guys, I think we are running out of time. Okay, so it's time to end the session now, guys. There is no questions, I think. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your support. Even though the time is 1.5 hours we have taken for a session, there are a lot of people have completely attended to the session, and a lot of people have still now passing a lot of positivities. I like this. I'm excited. I love this. Like there are a lot of positive comments which has been posted on this comment section. So thank you so much for your support, guys. And if you guys haven't followed me, you can also follow me through the LinkedIn. The LinkedIn link is also given in the description below. And you just please share it to your friends also, guys, so that it is also going to be helpful for your friends as well. You can also follow us on the Instagram as well. And if you guys have any course related doubts, so Warriors Way kind of doubts, you just please call to this number which is shown in this presentation. And if you want to know about any product or project, please visit pantechsolutions.net. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your interaction. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much once again. It's me, Sanjay, signing off. Until then, bye. We'll see you on the tomorrow session.